This week on the Gadget Show WebTV, Otis has got a rundown of the top iPhone apps around. And John's got a first look at the Samsung HD camcorder, plus the latest in gadget tech news. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Gadget Show WebTV. Later, Otis is here with his top 5 iPhone apps, but first here's John, some horses and Samsung's teeny tiny HD camcorder.
Now, Samsung are claiming that their new HMX R10 is the world's smallest full HD camcorder. In order to try it out, I've come to the Seacham Equestrian Centre near Alchurch, near Birmingham, and I'm going to take some video of some horses. To start it up, you just have to flip open the LCD screen. It switches on automatically and it's ready to shoot within seconds, which is good. The first thing you notice then, though, is that the lens isn't at a normal vertical angle. It's actually 25 degrees off the vertical. The idea of this is that you're actually supposed to hold it, if I can get this right, like that. According to Samsung, this is a less tiring way to shoot your videos. I'm not actually quite so sure, really. It's not that easy to operate the button here to go into record, or the zooming control for the 5x optical zoom. And the lens doesn't have a cover or any sort of conventional lens cap. It's got this, again, allegedly toughened coating which makes it scratch resistant, but I could easily see that being thrown into a bag, something sharp gouging against it, then you're into all sorts of problems. I have to say, this 25-degree angled lens thing really isn't growing on me at all. And even though it's got image stabilisation, it's only of the digital variety. There's no optical stabilisation, so I think the shots are pretty shaky as well. As for image quality, well, I've been playing back some of the shots I took earlier with this, and I found the image quality wasn't really that great on video, to be honest. Particularly when light levels get low, it gets quite grainy and pixelated. The sound quality is very good, though, actually. They seem to have done a good job with that. You actually get very crisp sound through the built-in microphone. You get a HDMI socket built in, so you can connect it easily to your telly, and in common with an increasing number of camcorders, you get some slow motion modes available. In the case of this Samsung, you get 300 or 600 frames per second. Maybe we can try some of those. Now, Samsung use their own HD codec, which is slightly different to the ones used by Sony, Panasonic and Canon, which could mean you might have problems editing it in your favourite editing package, although they do intend to ship some sort of editing software with the camera when it goes on sale. Even then, though, you might well be stuck with that. Now, you can also take stills with the Samsung. It's got a 9-megapixel sensor. You can take stills while you're shooting video just by pressing the photo button at the top. And again, a full range of manual controls, including ones for aperture and shutter speed. Though you have to go into the touchscreen menu to do all that, and whether you really want to be bothered with it all while you're shooting is debatable. Image quality, though, is actually quite good on stills. I found, particularly at full resolution, the 9-megapixel stills were sharp, even quite well towards the edges of frame, and there wasn't a lot of noise, although as with all sort of compact cameras, which this essentially should be compared to, you did get quite a bit of noise when you're going towards high sensitivity settings like 1600 or 3200 ISO. On paper, the R10 looks like a very impressive, compact image-making package, but in practice, shortcomings of the ergonomics and the video quality mean it doesn't really live up to expectations.
News time now, and first up, gaming. Now, if you purchase games online, you're probably familiar with having to wait for the full game to download before you can start playing. Well, not anymore. Awomo is a new beta system that allows users to enjoy playing games before the download is completed, much in the same way that you can start watching a movie on iTunes before the download is finished. And this is great because it means you can start playing new games almost immediately. For example, to download the latest Tomb Raider game on an 8-megabit connection, you're going to be hanging around for about 2 hours. but by using Awomo, you can start controlling Lady Lara in just 11 minutes. So by the time you've completed level 1, level 2 should be ready to conquer, and so on. So log on and try it out. Now, we spoke recently about the Amazon Kindle 2. Well, Fujitsu have released the world's first colour e-reader. The FLEPia is 12.5mm thick, weighs just 385 grams, has an 8-inch touchscreen HD display and can show up to 260,000 colours. Great for those of you who read the daily newspaper on your e-reader because you can now see the pictures in colour. It's Bluetooth enabled and has high-speed wireless, offers up to 40 hours continuous battery when fully charged, and when used with a 4GB SD card can store up to 5,000 books. It's also got embedded stereo speakers for those audiobook lovers. Now, it comes with quite a hefty price tag at around £725, but don't worry about splashing your cash just yet, because currently the FLEPia is only available in Japan. Right, now if you've got an iPhone, then you won't want to miss this. Here's Otis with a rundown of his favourite 5 iPhone apps.
The 3G iPhone has been out for almost a year now, and there are over 15,000 applications. But what are the best ones? I've narrowed it down to 5. Now, the first one is called Flipbook, and this enables you to make and create your own animations. Now, as you can see with mine, I've created a guy kicking a football, the ball bouncing off the wall and hitting him in the face. Simple, effective, and funny. With Flipbook Lite, you get 10 frames. With Flipbook at $5.99, you get unlimited frames, so you can make very short animations. You can also upload or import photographs that you've got on already, and you can draw animations over those. So if you're into animation, this is the perfect little application for your iPhone. From 10 frames at Flipbook Lite, that's free, or $5.99, unlimited frames. Get your creative animation juices flowing. In at number 4 is Lie Detector. This is a free application which apparently uses FBI and CIA technology. All you have to do is get yourself somebody who you believe is not telling the truth. Get them to speak into the phone from a distance of about 1 foot to 2 foot away, and it will analyse whether or not they are telling the truth. Ben, please step forward. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I'm going to use this application on my iPhone to determine whether or not you are telling me the truth. I want you to tell me about last week's shoot.
On last week's shoot, we flew some kites and Jackson hurt his leg.
I have stopped recording. I am now going to get this application to analyse Ben's story and let us know whether or not he was telling the truth. A score of 1.0 or above indicates stress in the voice and therefore, most likely, a fib. Analyse. Read it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. The man standing next to me is a blatant liar!
We did film.
Get out of my sight. At number 3 is a very unique search engine application called Midomi. You don't just use one way to search for music, you can use 4. You can sing the song or hum it, you can say the song, the name of the song or the artist, you can type in the song or at least what it sounds like or indeed the artist, or you can just grab, and that's holding the phone up to the original music source. It will then search a database and come up with possibilities as to what that song is. I would like for you to either hum or ditty or sing 10 seconds of this song.
Right, yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, I recognised it, but did Midomi recognise what Charlotte was doing? That you were doing a song. Doing. Okay, we have Battlefield 1942. No. Santa No Soy by RBD.
Nope.
Do you think it might have been the way you were doing the song?
Could have been.
Was it Take On Me by Aha?
It was.
Let's see what happens when I do it. Do 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 do. And let's see whether it's performance or application. Because I like to perform, mate. Do you know what I mean? I kind of rate myself. But then I shouldn't, because Midomi wants to know if it's Fear of the Dark by Iron Maiden, See You Again by Miley Cyrus, or Show Me Forgiveness by Martin Björk. The reason why Midomi is my third favourite iPhone application is because you can experience a lot of fun watching people make fools of themselves trying to hum or sing a song into a mobile phone. Thank you very much.
It's
Charlotte.
no worries, Otis.
It was definitely our half and both of us, though.
It was absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. One of those things, huh? Yeah. Sitting comfortably at number 2 is Pocket Guitar. Now one wonders why it took the makers of this application so long to realise the multi-touch interface of the iPhone. This application is incredible. Now, look. It's like strumming a real guitar. It's incredible. Now, we thought we'd enlist the help of a guitar playing expert to help really demonstrate how brilliant this application is. We couldn't find one, but we have got Colin, who by his own admission can play a few chords. Colin, would you please? There you go, you're on the 6th part of the fretboard, so you can move up and down the fretboard. What are you going to play first? Dave Grohl, eat your heart out! At number 1, and deservedly so, is FS5 Hockey, which is basically a recreation of air hockey, you know, like what you used to play and can still play at the arcade. It is fantastic. Fancy a bit of ice hockey?
Always.
Yeah? Okay, let's go. So you touch your paddle to move it about, and then hit the puck. Remember to use the sides and angles in order to bamboozle your opponent, as I just have. It's 1-0 to me. Oh, it's 1-0. Yes! Instant replay coming. Check it out. It's another great example of the multi-touch interface being utilised, allowing 2 players to touch the screen and play one game. And you can also play an opponent over a local Wi-Fi connection. Yes! 3-5. I lost. And I thought I'd beat him as well.
Yes, good game.
FS5 Hockey, a deserving number 1. Apart from when you lose.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for this week. But as ever, we'll be back at the same time next week with more WebTV. See you then.